Fasting without taking advantage of autophagy is like going to the gym and forgetting to lift the weights. You put in the effort, but you miss the essential part. Or worse, you're not tapping into its full potential and its powerful benefits for your health. Autophagy is the most powerful mechanism that naturally kicks in during a fast. We're talking about a cellular cleaning system that eliminates damaged proteins, regenerates your cells, slows aging, protects your brain, and more. The 2016 Nobel Prize in Medicine was awarded for its discovery, which fascinated the scientific community. But here's the problem. Many people, even those seeking this mechanism, don't take full advantage of autophagy, sometimes because of mistakes, or simply because they're unaware of certain tricks that maximize its effectiveness. So how do you maximize the cleaning and self-healing potential of this mechanism in your body? I'm going to reveal 7 scientifically proven methods to maximize your autophagy. And be careful. Method number 5 might completely shake what you thought you knew. If you enjoy this kind of content, give me a like, a boost, and subscribe to the channel. Let's go. To begin, what is autophagy? The word comes from Greek, auto meaning oneself, and phagi meaning to eat. Your cells literally eat their own defective components. It's your internal recycling system running 24/7 when the right conditions are met. And when it's running at full capacity, the benefits are spectacular. We're talking protection against Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, cancer, diabetes. Your body turns into an anti-aging machine. Now that you understand what it is and why it's so powerful, the real question is, how do you activate it at will and maximize its cleaning and self-healing potential? That's what we're going to see now with the first method. Method number 1. Strategic intermittent fasting. Let's start with the classic, but with a scientific twist most people don't know about. Intermittent fasting activates autophagy. Everyone says that. But, and this is crucial, not all fasting windows are equal. Here's what research reveals. Autophagy begins to activate significantly after about 12 to 16 hours of fasting. It reaches really interesting levels between 24 and 48 hours. But wait, I'm not telling you to fast 48 hours straight. The optimal strategy? Aim for a 16 to 18-hour fast, 3 to 5 times per week. Why? Because that's the zone where you maximize autophagy without triggering an excessive stress response that could be counterproductive. And here's the hack you may not know. Timing matters a lot. Recent studies show that starting your fasting window in the evening and fasting through the night amplifies the effects. Have your last meal around 6 or 7 p.m., and don't eat until 10 a.m. or noon the next day. Boom, 16 to 18 hours easily while sleeping most of the time, but be careful of the fatal mistake. Breaking your fast with ultra-processed foods and sugar. You're canceling nearly all the benefits you just earned. We'll get back to that. Now, fasting is powerful, but if you really want to maximize its effects, you must combine it with something you probably already do, or should be doing. Stay with me. Method number 2. High-intensity exercise. Second method. This one is fascinating. Exercise, especially high-intensity training, powerfully triggers autophagy. And guess what? You don't need to spend hours at the gym. Here's what studies show. Only 20 to 30 minutes of intense exercise is enough to significantly activate autophagy in your muscles and brain. We're talking HIIT, sprints, heavy strength training. Why does it work? Intense exercise creates temporary metabolic stress. Your cells say, okay, we need energy right now. Fast. They activate autophagy to recycle damaged components and release energy. Optimal protocol. 2 to 3 HIIT sessions per week, 20 to 30 minutes each. Alternate with strength training. Intense muscle contractions are especially effective. Ultimate bonus workout fasted in the morning. When you combine intense exercise and fasting, you create an absolutely explosive autophagy synergy. The two signals multiply. But don't go crazy. Chronic overtraining does the opposite. It overloads your body and reduces autophagy. So combining intermittent fasting with intense but balanced training will help you maximize this cellular cleaning mechanism. Okay, fasting plus exercise is already a powerful combo, but there's something we eat every day that can either multiply your autophagy or block it completely depending on how you consume it. I'm talking about protein, and what I'm about to tell you may contradict everything you've been told. Method number 3. Cyclic protein restriction. Brace yourself. This one might surprise many of you. We're constantly told, eat more protein. And yes, protein is essential for your muscles, your hormones, and your energy. But too much protein consumed continuously can actually slow down autophagy. Why? Well, it's because of a metabolic pathway called mTor, or mammalian target of rapamycin. When you eat a lot of protein, especially amino acids like leucine, you activate mTor. And mTor is a growth signal, great for building muscle but the opposite of autophagy, which focuses on cleaning and regeneration. So, where do you find leucine? Animal proteins like red meat, chicken, fish, eggs, and dairy. Think cheese and yogurt. Plant sources include soy, legumes like lentils, chickpeas, beans, and also peanuts. If you consume these foods in excess and constantly, you're continuously stimulating mTor, and you block autophagy, or at least you hinder its full potential. The solution? Cyclic protein restriction. The idea isn't to remove protein, but to play with cycles. For 3 to 4 days per week, you reduce your intake to about 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight. On the other days you increase to 1.6 to 2 grams per kilogram, especially if you train. Here's a tip. Favor plant-based proteins on your low days, since they activate mTor less. This cycling allows you to maximize autophagy on low days, while maintaining muscle mass on high days. It's really the best of both worlds. Let's look at a concrete example. If you weigh 70 kilograms, on low days you'd aim for 55 to 60 grams of protein, and on high days, 110 to 140 grams. Research on centenarians in regions with the highest concentration of people living past 100, like Okinawa in Japan, or Sardinia, in Italy, shows a very specific eating pattern. Most of the time, they consume moderate amounts of protein, mainly from plant sources, legumes, grains, nuts, and only on certain occasions do they increase their protein intake. For example, during festive or family meals where meat or fish is served. In other words, their lifestyle alternates between periods of low protein intake and occasional peaks, which matches exactly the principle of cyclic protein restriction. Their bodies naturally alternate between phases of growth and phases of regeneration. That's exactly what cyclic protein restriction does. It recreates this ancestral rhythm that promotes longevity, allowing your cells to rebuild and clean themselves regularly via autophagy. Just imagine your cells as a house, leucine says, build the walls, but autophagy says, clean the rooms. Centenarians naturally alternate between building and cleaning, and that's what keeps them healthy for so long. Alright, now you've got timing, exercise, and nutrition under control. But this is just the beginning. There are plant compounds capable of activating autophagy almost instantly, and you probably already have some in your kitchen. Method number 4. Autophagy-boosting polyphenols. So, let's move on to the plant compounds that boost autophagy. Some polyphenols activate autophagy directly. No fasting, no restriction needed. It's like a molecular hack, honestly. Here are the autophagy champions. Resveratrol, which you'll find in red grapes and blueberries. Studies show it activates an enzyme called SIRT1, which triggers autophagy and even mimics some effects of fasting. Next up, EGCG from green tea. This compound inhibits mTor and activates AMPK, two pathways that stimulate autophagy. A cup of matcha green tea can literally activate your autophagy. Curcumin, found in turmeric, is another star. Research shows it increases autophagy in the brain and protects against neurodegeneration. Then there are sulforaphanes, which you get from broccoli, especially sprouts. These compounds activate cellular survival genes and boost autophagy impressively. And yes, your morning coffee. Caffeine and other coffee compounds activate autophagy. Several studies confirm it. So, here's a smart protocol. Matcha green tea in the morning. Fasted is even better. Add broccoli sprouts to your salads. Use turmeric with black pepper for better absorption in your meals. And enjoy blueberries and other polyphenol-rich berries. These compounds don't replace fasting or exercise, but they amplify their effects. Pure synergy. Here's an extra, hack-consuming, polyphenol-rich foods in the days leading up to a fast can prepare your cells for cleaning. By reducing growth signals and already activating some recycling pathways, you'll maximize self-healing autophagy once the fast starts. These polyphenols are incredible, but they're only part of the equation. Now we're entering biohacker territory. What follows may seem a bit extreme, but the science is clear. It works. And this is method number 5 I hinted at earlier. Method number 5. Thermal shock. Here's the method that might just change your perspective. Thermal stress. Your body actually loves stress, not chronic stress, but acute, controlled, hormetic stress. and temperature is an incredible lever. Let's start with cold exposure. Studies show that cold exposure activates autophagy, particularly in brown fat and muscle tissue. Here's a simple protocol. Cold showers for 2 to 3 minutes. Always finish your shower cold. Cold baths. 10 to 15 minutes at 50 to 59 degrees Fahrenheit, or 10 to 15 degrees Celsius, 2 to 3 times per week. Start gradually, this is crucial. Cold creates metabolic stress that forces your cells to clean themselves and become more efficient. Now, heat exposure, the sauna. Finnish research is clear. Regular sauna use activates heat shock proteins that stimulate autophagy and protect your cells. Here's an optimal protocol: sauna at 176 to 212 degrees Fahrenheit, or 80 to 100 degrees Celsius, for 15 to 20 minutes, 3 to 4 times per week. Alternate hot-cold for maximum effect. Sauna, then cold shower. Populations that regularly use saunas, like the Finns, have significantly lower rates of cardiovascular disease and dementia. Ultimate hack: combine both. Sauna followed by cold immersion. That's what top biohackers do. And science fully supports it. Hot, cold. You now have powerful tools, but there's a period within the 24 hours when your body does all the work automatically, unless you sabotage it. And, unfortunately, most people sabotage it every night. Method number 6. Optimize sleep. Now this one is often overlooked, but it's fundamental. Autophagy peaks during deep sleep. Your brain literally cleans itself through a system called the glymphatic system, which works primarily while you sleep. Neuroimaging studies show that, during sleep, your brain cells shrink by 60%, allowing cerebrospinal fluid to circulate and clear metabolic waste, including amyloid proteins linked to Alzheimer's. So, how do you optimize nighttime autophagy? Sleep in complete darkness. Light, even minimal, disrupts melatonin, which regulates autophagy. Use blackout curtains or a sleep mask. Keep a cool temperature around 60 to 66 degrees Fahrenheit, or 16 to 19 degrees Celsius. Nighttime coolness amplifies autophagy, as we saw earlier. Have your last meal 3 to 4 hours before bed. Going to bed while digesting blocks nighttime autophagy. Let your body focus on cleaning, not digestion. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Autophagy needs time. Short nights sabotage it. Follow your circadian rhythm. Go to bed and wake up at consistent times. Autophagy follows your biological clock. Chronic poor sleep deeply disrupts your autophagy and brain cleaning mechanisms. It's huge. Optimizing your sleep is non-negotiable. You see, while you sleep, your brain automatically cleans itself through autophagy. It's free, natural, and powerful. But now we have one last method, and it's probably the most controversial. It involves radically changing your source of energy. Some people love it, others hate it, but the science is clear. Method number 7, strategic nutritional ketosis. Last method, and it's powerful: ketosis. When your body burns fat instead of carbs, it produces ketones, and these ketones, especially beta-hydroxybutyrate, are direct triggers of autophagy. They send a clear signal to your cells: recycle, clean up, regenerate. In other words, ketosis isn't just a fat-burning mode, it's a metabolic switch that activates cellular cleaning in the brain, liver, muscles, and even the heart. So, a smart strategy: cyclic ketosis. 2 to 3 days per week, drastically reduce carbs, below 50 grams. Increase healthy fats like avocados, nuts, olive oil, and fatty fish. Other days, reintroduce complex carbs such as sweet potatoes, quinoa, and fruits. This cycling lets you get autophagy signals from ketones without the negative effects of permanent keto like fatigue and hormonal imbalance. A bonus hack: the fat fast. Some days, you can consume only fats like bulletproof coffee, avocado, and coconut oil. No protein, no carbs, and ketones stay elevated. Result: autophagy activated, hunger minimized. Why it maximizes autophagy? Cyclic ketosis works like a natural rhythm. Ketone days: your cells go into cleaning mode. Carb days: they switch to growth and recovery mode. This back and forth prevents permanent adaptation and keeps your cells flexible and responsive. It's the same pattern seen in certain long-living populations, alternating between fat-burning and carb-burning phases. Alright, Now you have all 7 methods in your arsenal. It's powerful, but, and this is a big but, the biggest mistake would be trying to apply all of this every day, non-stop. The biggest mistake. Listen closely. Your body needs rhythm. Autophagy is catabolic, which means breakdown. Growth is anabolic, which means buildup. You need both. The mistake, fasting every single day for long periods, always eating low protein, training intensely without recovery, staying in ketosis 365 days a year. This extreme approach will destroy your muscle mass, disrupt your hormones, especially thyroid and sex hormones, exhaust your adrenals, and reduce autophagy long-term, because your body adapts. The solution is cycling, alternate autophagy days and anabolic days, fast 3 to 5 times per week, not 7, do protein restriction 3 to 4 days, not daily, go in and out of ketosis, alternate intensity and recovery. This variability keeps your body adaptive and flexible and maximizes autophagy when you activate it. Think of it like waves, high tide, low tide, not a permanent flood, not eternal drought, natural cycles. Conclusion. There you go. You now have 7 scientifically proven methods to maximize your autophagy, and above all, cycle them. Don't do everything at the same time, all the time. Now I have a question for you. Which of these 7 methods will you implement this week? Seriously, pick one. Just one. Master it for 2 to 3 weeks, then add another. That's how lasting change is created. And tell me in the comments which method interests you the most. Is it fasting? Sauna? Polyphenols? Share your experience, your questions, your doubts. I read almost all the comments and I reply to them. If this video brought you value or taught you something new, let me know by liking it. It helps a lot to spread this content to others who need it. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Your body already has all the tools to regenerate itself. Autophagy is your cellular superpower. You just need to know how to activate it intelligently. See you in the next video. Talk to you soon.